everyone, it's Kristi. Welcome back to Christmas in July. Today we're working on something super fun. I saw this over at Giggle Glitter Graphics, and I knew this would be the perfect thing to use for my craft fair, Christmas Joy, coming up this December. So I only do one a year, last year I didn't even do one. So yeah, I try to do it on the odd years, because sometimes you do really well and sometimes you don't. But anyway, this was perfect because I have seen a lot of people making little tea holders, like an envelope shape, double-sided, and put a tea bag on each side. Well, when I saw April make this video, I knew I had to have this. This was so fun. I did not find this in her Etsy store unless she's updated it in the last few days. But I will leave a link to the video, and there should be a link in the video where you can click to subscribe, and then she will send you this kit. It's 3 pages. It's called Bees and Honey. So cute. This was something that she sent out to the freebie email list, and I just love it. Now I've tied it with a satin. Here, let me move this out of the way so you can see better. I've tied it with a satin yellow ribbon because I just thought that would be perfect. And it's so cute. Let me see. I want to make sure I can get it all on screen for you. So I'm going to pull it down here because it opens this way and it opens this way. And I've tucked a packet of honey in here and a Earl Grey and a Lady Grey. So basically, I'm going to call them tea for two. But yeah, it has a pocket, some little pieces of ephemera, so that even after the tea and the honey is gone, you still have something fun there. The graphics are, I mean, I'm not a bug person, but these are beautiful. And my son is really into bees, and so he approved this. It has his stamp of approval. So, and then you can slide this right back on, which is nice. And I say as I struggle because I'm on camera, but yeah, so that can just be right there. I thought those were so cute, so I'm going to show you how to put it together. If you want it, you're going to have to go get it under her video. But you could also make something similar. If you have a hexagon stencil. Remember the old days of scrapbooking when we had stencils for shapes? Those are long gone from my office, but let me show you what it comes with. So I have them all cut out, but basically this is one of the pages. So this is the back, and this is the one in the middle, 2 pockets. And then we have this one, which is the ephemera pieces and another pocket. And then the last one is the 2 flip out pieces and then the other pieces. That's it. It's super easy. And then she includes the background page to print on. So I have everything already. Oh, am I recording? Yes. Okay. Phew. I just had to change the battery, and sometimes I get all befuddled. And anyway, so I bought this Nate's honey. I think there seems like a lot of honey in here. I think 1 packet is enough for 2. And the honey jar, I have already inked all of this stuff. So I'm just going to sort it out to where I think I'm going to put them on the pockets. This will go on the front, and then I like this one. And then of course the Earl Grey and the Lady Grey. I bought these in a box that had 4 different kinds of tea. I chose them because they were yellow, not because they're Earl Grey or Lady Grey. Lady Grey tastes pretty much the same to me as Earl Grey, but it says it's lemon. So Earl Grey is already bergamot. So Anyway, that's my son's favorite, and that's why we have it. And I probably will buy another one so I can have these because I like the yellow color. But first I was thinking washi be red and green, but then these arrived in orange, so I'm like, okay, we'll go with the yellow. And there's some orangey tones in here, so I'm okay with that. So these are the pockets. Let me just sort these out. Okay, so this is the piece that goes on the back. We're going to do that after we put these pieces on. So I'm going to push those back a little bit, and I'm just going to lay this way and this way. They're going to attach here. Okay, so it's super easy. I'm just going to put some glue on here. I want enough that I can kind of slide it around a little bit. And then I'm going to close it so I can line it up and then press it. And I got a little bit too much glue, so give it a second. I'm just kind of making sure. Anywhere where it's not lined up, you can either do a little, snip, or you could, just add more ink. Ink covers a multitude. Okay, that's a little tacky in there, but it should be fine. All right, so I'm going to do this one same way. Just putting the glue on the flap there. Not on the picture side, on the floral side. And then just tuck this under here. And I want to close that as well. Now this is going to close over the top, so I just want to make sure everything's pretty lined up. And I did ink all the outside edges so that if anything shows, it looks pretty good. So you can see there's a little bit there, but it's not noticeable because I've inked it. So there we go. Okay, now we're going to flip the whole thing over, and we're going to add this piece, which is the honey pot. I just thought this was so cute. I could not resist it. The only thing that would have made it more perfect is if that bees and honey had said tea for two. I would have been like, what? So I am not sure of a price point for this because I'm having some hard time getting the glue to come out. It's got the 2 tea bags and the honey. So my son suggested I would pay $4 for that. So it's either going to be 4 and 2 for $9 or 3 and 2 for $7. I haven't decided yet. So, but afterwards, I'll try to remember. This isn't till December, so I will try and remember to come back. This is the only piece that I ever have an issue lining up, and it's because the glue dries out. I probably should have used Fabri-Tac. I'll rub that down really good, and then I'll ink around those edges again. Just back here. Yeah, so I plan to make a dozen of these. Not super, because I have journals on my table. I don't want, everybody buying stocking stuffers. I like to have them available, but I don't need, 50 of everything. So there's that. And then here's the front. Now we're going to open it back up. And what did I say? This is the front. So this goes right here. Oh, I'm out of control. All right. Perfect. Oh, and I didn't give you a measurement on this, but from point to point is about 5.5, and from flat to flat is about 4 3/4. So 4 3/4 this way, 5 and what did I say? I already forgot. Yeah, about 5 3/4 this way. All right. Okay, so we need to put pockets on. So this pocket goes up here, and this pocket goes up here, and this pocket goes here. So I'm going to get that little bit of glue off the edge so I can do a fine line. You want to make sure that you leave enough room in your pockets to stuff them. So just right along the edge. I also inked the pockets in case those don't line up perfectly. Although I haven't had any issues with that. That looks pretty good. Alright, turn this one this way. I am still liking this glue, but when you have a lot to glue, you want to go ahead and use your Fabri-Tac or something that has a larger amount of flow. Perfect. Now we're going to turn this one around. And where does it go? I'll make sure I have it in the right place. Put that there at the bottom so I remember. Sometimes I can be directionally challenged. Okay. Perfect. All right, now we do want to let this dry a few minutes before we start stuffing the pockets, so I'll be back in 5. I think that is dry enough, so we will just open this up. Now I did have a little piece over here that I trimmed off. I have a little piece here I just inked, and I went back around the pockets and on this side to make sure that there was no white edge showing. I think I did pretty good there, getting that all. Okay, so we're going to fill the pockets. Now, what I did was I just started with the ephemera that came with the collection, and I want this stuff kind of upright so that when you can see it when you open it. I think I want to do these the other way around so that you can see them. And then, let's see, we've got these little, I forgot about these little things. So let's put these on. Just to go in the center here. And then I've got this one. Just centering, nothing fancy. And then there's a bee here that we want to put right in the middle. He's kind of the star of the show here. And I'm going to put him at an angle. And then I'm just going to tuck the other ephemera pieces in there, like so. You probably won't be able to see these bees anyway because the honey and everything's going to be in front of it. So we've got Earl Grey here, and we've got Lady Grey here, and we've got our honey here. And then we're just going to fold this and wrap. I have a piece about 2 feet long here. I think it is 22, yeah, about 24-25 inches, and I am just going to tuck that under there. I am not the best bow tire, so it is easier if you have somebody help you to do this, but do the best you can. Tuck that through there and pull, and then you can adjust it as you like. Maybe move the bow down this way a little bit, or if you squeeze it, you can adjust the bow usually. There we go, because I kind of want that bee's eye to be there. But, you know, bows for me are not always great. That's why I bought the bow maker, but this doesn't work for this kind of situation. Alright, and I'm just gonna cut those, because ideally you just slide that on and off. But there we go. I thought that was super fun. I hope you like it. Like I said, all the links will be in the description box, and we will carry on. I have absolutely no clue what's coming up on Mondays. This is Friday. Yeah, I can't put my finger on it, so no sneak preview. And I apologize for not showing you the little golden books, but I haven't made them yet. I did this video before, so you know, it's the hazards of filming ahead. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.